In order to better understand the creation story of Genesis, it is vital that one looks at the Bible not as a natural science textbook, but as a religious book. The images used in the creation story were understood by people living in the time it was written, and that allowed them to understand the greater realities of what was being told. So, what are some of these greater realities, and how do they differ from pagan religions of old? The Babylonian creation myth, which was well known to the author or authors of Genesis, involved a violent struggle between the gods in which the earth and mankind were created out of bloodshed. In contrast, Genesis clearly shows us that God is the sole creator. By saying that the earth was without form and void, we see that there were not demons and gods roaming the earth, but only emptiness which God lovingly filled. We also see that instead of reality being created out of the chaos of war, all of creation was made in an orderly and reasoned manner. On the first day, on the second day, on the third day, and so on. As such, the world can truly be seen as reasonable and free. Finally, we see that all of creation has been thoroughly demythologized. While pagan religions divinize celestial bodies, Genesis tells us that the sun and moon are not divine beings, but lights and timekeepers. Plants and animals are not something to be worshipped, but for mankind to cultivate and care for. The intent of the Genesis creation story was never meant to give us a scientific understanding on how plants and animals appeared over time, but to impart profound truths in a way that can be understood and digested. Knowing this gives us the proper mindset when approaching the creation story and opens our minds to better realize its deeper meanings.